So today I'm trying to make this. I've already made it. I'm just gonna try to make it faster. Try to explain what I'm doing. Go, start, add a circle, extrude small this, extrude this and make small. Done. Go ahead, open it. Control F. Now extrude this up. Actually, I should also include impulse these. Yep. Make this a bit above. And this seems fine. And now extrude this small. But now we do this. Do is extrude this down. Extrude this size up. Since this is going to be glass, this is pretty good for it. Now, and actually here, we just close this off, Control 1, but oops, yeah, Control 1. Now comes the issue of how soft it looks. Bevel this edge, bevel this in panel, this edge, for this, just insert. Also, I'm using my mouse pumps. Yep. Here, do the same. That you see is the internal edge. We don't really do much about it. What we want to do a lot about is the error we having here. This can be fixed through a very complicated process known as insetting. I can get a hold like some of this. Now I should get a hold of this. And now if I make it again, we see the issue. And yeah, insert it again a couple of times, and then that issue is done. Similarly, you wanna make the internal layout here look sharper. And look now sharper because the bottom. Simple as that. Control S, go, second attempt, press 5. And now we wanna move this up. How do we do that? We can either go like this, and then I'm gonna my title sign, and then have this and well. But that's makes some issues. Probably because this is not supposed to be done like this, it's supposed to be done like this, which for some reason I forgot. Hold this up a bit, bevel the internal edge to make it sharp. No, I keep on saying that. Yeah, now this looks sharp. We got a bottom and with a mouth. Now, actually, let's go back a bit, Shift D, and move this up, these are separate. Now we have this. Now we can actually bevel this. We will use this as the cap. Size this up a bit. Set origin to geometry. Control A, extrude up, extrude up. Now extrude this. Extrude A. Yep, one extrude up. Fill. Control B, and clamp overlap. Go a bit more. Boom. Do similar on this, but around like 3. And yeah, you have a, I think this is called a dropper, but I don't know correctly. Make this a bit longer. And you want this to have some sort of thickness, so let's just add the solidifier to this. And that looks good enough. We got a bottle. Now we're gonna add materials to it. Before this, take this. Uh, take this. Let's just I don't know correctly how to do this because normally I would work with all the bottles, but something that I can do here is where is that on the edge of this? Yeah, Shift D, D to separate. We got this as this. Now we can actually, which one is it? Which one is you? Let's go right. Now we will actually increase the size of this. Fill, extrude this down. Obviously we can't see this because it's in here. Now I can. Good to know I can actually see this because I forgot to actually bevel this. Bevel. And set both the faces a bit. And now this will function as a pseudo liquid. Shift size Z. Make it reach these edges. Or as much as you can because you also don't want this overflowing. And we also have a liquid. Now we go into render view. Render view. Turn these off. We get a pseudo HDRI. We want that right now. And shaders. Shader the new over here. Here I'll just use the inbuilt glass shader for a few things. Glass. I don't want the roughness to be 0. So something like this. That one had a orange tint for multiple reasons. So I'll just do something like this. Go into the internal stuff. Give it the same glass shader. Make it a bit more rough. For here, let's just make it one singular metallic color. And obviously there's supposed to be a sort of edge at the top, right? If I'm correct, I don't know. I don't know how this fold works, but I'll just assume I do. And now this, and we'll consider that done. Obviously, that's not going to be shown anywhere. That's kind of useless. But it exists now. Do with that as you will. Let's add the background. Plain. Simple plain. Make this bigger. Should be easy. This up. Control B bevel. And we have a surface. Now we want a label on this. Add it on the reference I had earlier. For this, Canva, and I just made this in Canva. You can do whatever you want. All power to you. So now what I will do is just import this. Go here. Actually, I, if I'm correct, mesh plane. Yep, it asks. Download. This is transparent. I don't want transparent. Yeah, I remember. Mesh plane. I want something with color, something with a background of sorts. RX 90 degrees, minus 90 degrees. Now let's add a few modifiers. Wrap, shrink wrap, shrink wrap on these. It works like a charm. Solidify, solidify outside. Works like a charm. I want this to move up. Now, subdivide, subdivide, subdivide. Works like a charm. And now for this. And boom, you have the label. Again, very simple, not a lot of work. By the time this is over, you could have probably made a coffee at most. And we got a label. Want to make something with it and just mess with the roughness a bit, metallic bit a bit. Can't do much with it. Now let's go with something orange and something metallic, something more or less. That's rough. Now I will add a camera, view, camera to view. Let's add a view like this and 120 no real estate budget. Now let's go like this. Actually, I should have done it more or less like this. And at this point, I can pretty much say, boom, bam, bingo, bang, bongo, bish, bash, bosh. We are practically done. We have a bottle. We have everything else. This looks too white. Darken it. And now we have a darker one. This looks not enough orange. We orangified. For here, I like to do something different. Make the internal part orange. Make the outer part just white. Looks better. Now, to actually light it, because we have to light up. If you were thinking, zero on the world view. Now, an area light. Move this to the side. This is the correct rotation. Minus 90. It will be in the off-race direction, because why not? And size Z. We have our first light. 125. I just like to start with 125. I don't know why. Let's give it a star color of over here. Now let's rotate this around the 3D cursor. Again, I did this before, so I know one thing that I should do again. Select both of these lights, give them light linking. I know both of them there. Other than that, no. Give this the same light linking as the first one. Select the ground, select the light, add this, remove it. Now the ground is not affected by these lights. We will rectify this with a big old light. The big old light comes from the back area. We go with this back. Not a shadow shine over here. Actually, there is a shadow shine over here. Dang, man. I'm kind of blind. Yes. Yeah, this is what it had. This is what we have. Pretty nice overall. You can render this out. Yes, I've drop to render region and let's just start rendering. Yep. in less than 20 minutes. And so I will just end the recording here. This will render out. You can save it by, I think it's Alt S. Yep, Alt S and 24 reload. This was what I was aiming for. I've already made this. This is what I came up with. I actually like this a bit better. Anyways, thanks for watching.